Now, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has called for an emergency meeting on the pollution levels in Delhi at 12 noon today, and Delhi Environment Minister Gopal Rai and other stakeholders will also be attending this meeting. So this is the latest update that we're getting as far as the pollution levels in Delhi is concerned. And currently CNN News 18's Rupa Srinanda is joining us to tell us more about this meeting that has been called by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Rupa Shri, over to you.
Well, the Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, has now called for an emergency meeting to take stock of the situation here in the national capital, and also to make an assessment about whether more, drastic measures need to be taken now. Now, remember, even as we speak, primary schools in Delhi are shut till the 10th of this month. Also, secondary schools and higher secondary school classes have been given the option of, conducting online classes. Apart from that, as Anshul was also pointing out, the graded action plan stage 4 has already kicked in, which is, quite a drastic measure, which means that there are already a lot of curbs in force in the national capital. Now, after the meeting actually happens, which will be chaired by the Delhi Chief Minister, we expect orders to be issued also, especially when it comes to the advisory about 50% of employees working from home. Now, that is something that we have not seen happening on the ground so far, and whether that is going to happen. But remember, if we look at the past, actually, advisories have been issued, but they have not been necessarily enforced. Apart from that, we will also have to see whether the Delhi government takes any other measures in order to, combat this hazardous level of pollution here in the national capital. Remember, the Aam Aadmi Party's government has come in for a lot of criticism from the opposition parties, particularly because now Aam Aadmi Party also has a government in Punjab. And therefore, even when while there is an understanding that pollution is a multi-state affair, question will be asked of Arvind Kejriwal and Bhagwant Mann whether they could have done more, particularly considering that this is not something new that has dawned upon Delhi. This is a chronic problem, and whether things could have been done differently in order to address the challenge of winter pollution. And even as we speak, let me tell you that the situation actually is bad. You feel a sting in the eyes. You tend. There's a cough that many people are reporting, and because of the grey skies and the general haze in the weather conditions, it is affecting people's mood, levels of productivity, health, everything. And therefore, the Chief Minister has now decided to call for this emergency meeting in order to also send a signal that the Aam Aadmi Party's government in Delhi is perhaps doing everything that it can. And remember, Gopal Rai has been on the ground, but he also has tried to shift or make the central government accountable, make the governments of Haryana and Uttar Pradesh accountable. But as is clear, the questions will also be asked of Arvind Kejriwal himself and of Bhagwant Mann.
All right, Rupa Shri, thank you so much for getting us all those details. Now, as the air quality index in Delhi NCR dips further, graded response action plan stage 4 is in place now in the national capital. So now we'll just walk you through what exactly comes under the graded response action stage 4, which is the final stage of the action plan. So now, as I was mentioning earlier, the air quality index in Delhi NCR continues to dip further, and it's only worsening with each passing day. And the last stage of the graded response action plan has been invoked in the national capital now. Now, what comes under this plan? Only essential services will be allowed in Delhi, as the last stage of the graded response action plan has been invoked. Now, there's a ban on medium heavy goods carrying vehicles. So this is what comes under the action plan that is in place now. Now, there's also a ban on construction projects such as highways, and in fact all kind of construction activities have been banned for right now, as long as the situation does not become better. In fact, state governments may decide to discontinue classes. In fact, if we talk about Delhi, then the primary schools have been shut till 10th of November, and there's also a suggestion given by the Delhi government to implement online classes for the senior classes, and in fact reduce strengths in offices. So what has been proposed is that only 50% of government staff should now be working, and the rest 50% should be working from home. and the closure of non-essential commercial activities. So this is also what comes under the graded response action plan stage 4, which is the final stage, and central government might consider work from home for employees. So this is what I was mentioning earlier, that the Delhi government has already proposed this for the government staff, that 50% of the staff should be working from home, and vehicles might run on odd even basis in effect. So this we have seen this rule in the previous years also, and this might be implemented again to curb the pollution levels in the national capital. Now let's take a look at some reactions that have come on this story.
दिल्ली पोल्यूशन पे मैं इतना जरूर कहना चाहता हूं, श्रीमान अरविंद केजरीवाल जी बड़ी बड़ी डींके मारते थे, बड़े बड़े सपने दिखाते थे दुनिया को। उन्होंने जो 3 स्मॉग टावर लगाए वो पिछले 6 महीने से बंद पड़े। उनमें कितने का घपला हुआ ये देश की जनता को जानना है। वो बड़े आरोप लगाते थे जब कांग्रेस की सरकार पंजाब में थी कि पराली जलाते तब जाके यहां पे पोल्यूशन होता है। अब पंजाब में भी आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार है और दिल्ली में भी आम आदमी की सरकार है, आम आदमी पार्टी की, और दोनों ने झूठ बोलकर जो राजनीति करते थे आज पूरी दिल्ली को एक गैस चैम्बर में बदल दिया है।
जो लोग हैं वो प्राइवेट अपनी गाड़ियां छोड़ें और पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट पर आएं। इसके लिए मेट्रो की जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है, फेरे है, वो बढ़ाए जा चुके हैं। बसों की जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है उसको बढ़ाया जा रहा है कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग जो है पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट का उपयोग करें, कि चूंकि जो ग्रैब के नियम है वो अभी एनसीआर के अंदर उतनी सख्ती से लागू नहीं हो रहे हैं। इवन सीएक्यूएम जो ऑर्डर दे रहा है, डीजल बसों का ऑर्डर दिया, उसको भी फॉलो नहीं किया जा रहा है। दिल्ली सरकार तो कर रही है, लेकिन दिल्ली सरकार करके जो पोल्यूशन कम करती है वो चारों तरफ से यहां पहुंच जा रहा है। जो पोल्यूशन है उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए दिल्ली के अंदर आज सारी जो बसें हैं वो सीएनजी पे चलाई जाती हैं। कोई बस जो है डीजल पे नहीं चलती है, लेकिन आज भी पूरे एनसीआर के अंदर डीजल पे ही बसें चल रही हैं, और वो भी BS3 BS4 की धुआं फेंकने वाली, जहर फेंकने वाली। दिल्ली के अंदर आप सब जानते हैं कि 24/7 बिजली की गारंटी होती है।